Breaking news on the broadcast. We're learning of a horror from the national capital as a 21-year-old girl has murdered her current boyfriend. She has in fact conspired to murder her boyfriend with her ex-boyfriend, and this is on October 6th, where a fire call was received from the 4th floor of a building in North Delhi. And after the fire was doused, police recovered a corpse from the fire, later identified as Ramkesh Meena. During investigation, it was found that the 21-year-old Amrita had conspired with her ex-boyfriend and a friend to initially kill this person and then portray this entire crime as an accident. Amrita, along with her former partner and her friend, initially choked the victim and then used petrol and liquor to set fire on his body. Amrita herself is studying forensic science, and her ex runs a gas agency. He used a cooking gas cylinder to showcase this entire incident as a cylinder blast.
First of all, a good investigation that has happened in this entire case. What was the entire matter and what transpired? How did you get to reach to this conclusion?
As you very well know that we received a call of fire accident in Timarpur police station on 6th of October, and initially when we reached the spot it looked like a fire accident, but there were many things which were not clear: the extent of burn of the body, the type of the burn of the body, the things which were there, and initially it was it was a doubt that AC might have caught fire, but then the AC was also not burnt. So we started examination of the crime scene, and we also started examining family and friends, and the family of the deceased, they raised strong suspicion about a girl who was with the deceased. Location of the girl, it was the phones were switched off, which was very surprising, and she didn't even turn up even after her boyfriend was killed or died. Two people who were in muffled face, they entered the house, and after some time, after let's say 1.5 to 2 hours, 3 people were seen coming outside. Just as they left the premises, there was a sudden blast, so it all raised suspicion. They initially strangulated the deceased, and they poured oil, ghee, wine over his body, and then they set fire on it. And the person who was Sumit Kashyap, who was LPG distributor, he opened the regulator of the cylinder and put it besides the body, and he knew that after how much time it will be catching fire and there will be a blast. So they were able to take the hard disk, laptops of the deceased, and they went outside the house and they broke the gate and put the latch from inside also, so that it looks that there was no entry.
Shocking case has come out in the national capital where a 21-year-old girl conspired with her ex-boyfriend to kill her current boyfriend. This incident happened on the 6th of October when a fire was reported from this very building at which I am standing. This is on the 4th floor of a building, and a fire call was received from over here. But interestingly, what the police found in the investigation was something absolutely shocking. Amrita, who was basically living over here or was in a relationship with the victim Ramakesh for the past few years, went ahead and conspired this entire conspiracy where she decided to go ahead and kill him. She, in her statement to the police at this point in time, has said that Ramakesh had some obscene videos of her, due to which she decided to take this decision. Now remember, Amrita is a student of BSc Forensics, and hence she knew that what are the steps that she could take that could make sure that this entire tragedy or this entire murder could actually look as an act. She, along with her ex-boyfriend, who was also present over here, who owns a gas agency, comes over here at the residence of Ramakesh. They plant a gas cylinder over here as well. Initially they strangulate him to death, and then eventually throw things like alcohol, petrol and ghee all over his body to go ahead and start this initial fire. Post that, they leave a cylinder on in this entire location, and then eventually after 15 minutes of the incident, the cylinder blasted, and then eventually a massive fire came over this entire area. Now she, being a forensic scientist or a student of forensic science, she knew that once a location is burned, then whatever evidences such as DNAs or other evidences such as fingerprints, that would be very hard for any agency to recover, and that is the reason why she decided to go ahead and show this entire incident as an accident. But at this point in time, all these 3 people have been arrested and have been sent to judicial custody. However, further investigation into the entire matter is still continuing by the Delhi police.
Let me take this across to my colleague Anshul, who's with us on the broadcast. Anshul, the fact that all of these three have accepted that they were involved in this crime, what further investigation is the Delhi police really looking at conducting, and the kind of punishment that is reserved for the three accused of killing this person?
Well, yes, all the three accused have now been taken into custody by the Delhi police. However, it is still being said that there could be other people who could have been involved in this entire matter, be it in terms of planning or people who had the knowledge that something of this sort is going to happen. I'll just try and show you in the visuals right behind me. This is the very building in which the incident had happened, on the 4th floor of this building. Now, the accused, Amrita, was basically a BSc Forensic Science student, and she knew that what are the steps that she could undertake to commit a perfect crime. For a perfect crime, the best or the basic thing that is required is that the incident of crime should be burned so that no evidences could be recovered from there. There are evidences that are recovered from crime spots, such as the DNA samples, or if at all there are any fingerprints, or if there are any markings of forced entry or exit from the residence. So all of those evidences were actually burned because Amrita knew that once the location is burned, there will be no scientific evidences that the police would able to gather. For this, she got in contact with one of her ex-boyfriends who actually owns a gas agency, and it is through him that she got access to a small gas cylinder, which was brought to this residence just an hour and a half before the entire incident happened. They come up over here, they kill the accused, they take his mobile phone, they take his laptop and hard disk along with him, because Ankita somewhere or the other thought that the victim had some obscene videos of her, and that is the reason why she decided to go ahead and kill him. This was the entire motive, and hence all the electronic devices that were present with the said victim, all of them were taken along with Amrita and two other of his accomplices. Now, at this point in time, the police believes that there could be other people who could have been a part of this entire master plan. Either they knew about the incident, or they were just standing somewhere in this entire area to make sure that the entire evacuation also happens in the right way and the right manner. So further investigation into this entire matter is happening, but definitely a very, very shocking case that has come in from the national capital.
Right. Anshul, your conversation with the DCP North, where he went on to mention that there was obviously a huge blast, the cylinder blast that we are talking about in this particular case, and that is what raised the suspicion. Was there also an alarm that was raised by the neighbors in that area?
So this entire incident happened late in the night, at approximately 2:30 to 3 a.m. in the morning of 6th of October. At that point, what the locals heard over here was a blast followed by fire engulfing the 4th floor of this building. Initially, the information that was given to the police from the side of the neighbors as well, that this could have been an air-conditioned blast that could have happened, which is a very common phenomenon, specifically during the late summer seasons as well. Initially it was thought that this could have been an AC blast case. But once the forensic examination, which is according to the SOP, that started in this entire case, the police found several things. First of those evidences was the body. The condition of the body that was found was in absolute charred state. Generally, in such cases of burns or AC blast that happened, the body is not in such a bad state. This body, since the victim was dead before he was set on fire, his burns were all burned. In fact, his burns had melted down, and this raised the first suspicion amongst the minds of the investigators that this could be a pre-planned attack that could have happened over here. Apart from that, the second evidence is the positioning of the gas cylinder, which was found very close to the body instead of the kitchen. The third evidence that the police looked at was the AC. The AC was in perfect condition, and it did not seem like that the AC had blasted. The fourth clue that the police got was that the main gate of the entry gate of the building was actually torn from outside, and then a latch was fit from inside. So somewhere or the other indicating that this has been closed from outside the gate premises of the flat. Apart from this, the police also tried to contact Amrita since the day the incident had happened, and her phone was also switched off constantly, and she was not getting in touch with the police in any way or any manner, and this raised further suspicion amongst the minds of the police officers. Later, when the forensic test happened, it also came out that the cause of death was due to strangulation, and the burn that happened was due to some other material that was thrown on him. Every flammable material that was found inside the house, cooking oil to cooking ghee, to some alcohol that was also inside the house, all of that was poured on the body before the body was set on fire. So definitely this was a large plan, a large conspiracy that was being hatched, and finally the Delhi police has been able to unearth this entire conspiracy with the facts of the matter. But however, this investigation is still underway, and there could be more people who could have been involved in this entire incident as well.
Right, Anshul, thank you so much for all of those details.